Day. Joining us now, Dr. Ben Carson, chairman of the Save Our Healthcare Project and author of the new book, One Nation, What We Can All Do to Save America's Future. He's here with us at the anchor desk. Dr. Ben, Happy New Year. It's good to have you back.
Well, thank you. Happy New Year. It's delightful always to be with you.
Well, you have a book about America's future, and it is built on the past. As you remember Mario Cuomo today, what comes to mind?
Well, the thing I liked about him is that he tried to reach across the aisle. He wasn't, a political hack and an ideologue. I may not have totally agreed with everything he was doing, but, I think he was an honest person who loved America.
Of course, Governor Cuomo was an experienced politician who thought about running for president on several occasions and ultimately decided not to. You are a comparative political newcomer who is pondering that decision even still. Can you tell us where you are in that process as of January 2nd, 2015?
Well, I continue to study the issues, familiarize myself with things to the same degree that I try to with medicine. You have to know a lot of stuff. There's no question about that. But I'm rapidly acquiring that knowledge, listening to people, and really finding a tremendous amount of frustration with the status quo, politics as usual, be it Republican or Democrat. And, our system was actually designed for the people. It wasn't designed for professional politicians. And so I'm thinking very seriously, listening to people, and we'll make a decision in a few months.
So you're bringing a scientific approach as one trained in medicine. There are those who joke that political science is the ultimate oxymoron, and it's tough to be scientific about the endeavor of politics. Listening to people is one thing, but have you gone as far as to put together a roster of supporters and key people, for example, in finance and management? Have you at least started that process?
We do, yes, we do have such people, absolutely. And they've been very helpful to me, both in terms of foreign policy, in terms of finance, in terms of government. There's no question. But a lot of people think that you have to be a lifetime politician to learn all that stuff. I got to tell you something. You can even learn neurosurgery in a matter of years. You don't have to be a lifetime politician.
It doesn't take a brain surgeon to serve in public office. I'm living testimony to that, but the fact that you are a brain surgeon doesn't hurt you in that category. As you continue to ponder a decision, it appears that former Florida Governor Jeb Bush is going to move ahead full throttle. What is your assessment of Governor Bush, and is this, despite whatever personal affection we have for him as being a really nice guy, does this set up the situation where one family is basically referred to in the presidency year after year after year from the Republican side?
Well, I hope people would listen to what he has to say based on him as an individual and not on him as a Bush. There is no question that we don't want to get into, having a legacy type presidency. But, these are serious times that we're living in, and I hope people will listen to everybody carefully, analyze what they're saying, and leave some of the peripheral matters for someone else.
Well, another familiar name, another family name on the other side of the aisle, Hillary Clinton, taking a look at it. Let's take a listen to what ABC's Jonathan Karl had to say about Hillary and get your reaction to it.
But for Mrs. Clinton, 2014 didn't go exactly as planned, but she seemed a little out of touch.
Out of touch, 30-second response to that characterization of Mrs. Clinton.
I have a tendency not to talk about political candidates, be they Democrats or Republicans. I'm happy to talk about myself. I think what she represents will come out in the wash.
Fair enough. Engaging in principles and not personalities. And a newcomer to politics. It worked for someone named Dwight Eisenhower, although that was quite a few years ago.
Well, I think honesty is what really works, and decency. And people really should evaluate people on the basis of their life and not be so easily swayed by pundits.
Well, as a pundit, I have to tell you, we're out of time now. We're coming back with Dr. Ben Carson. Stay tuned to America's Forum.